Welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Jatt.
Finally!
The 2019 season is upon us, and so too is the first episode of This or That, with 7 slides today.
All right.
7.
Well, you know where we start.
On the
Number
first.
1.
On the first. You have to
It's the
count
first
up
one,
through the
yes.
slides. Let's get to the first one. This or That with Kobe and Jatt. We've never seen these slides before. Better bot lane, Double J or Afro Bang? First off, are these the correct name terminologies?
What would it be? Core lift?
Double J is the correct one. I think there's a Reddit thread about that.
I don't know. Core lift sounds like some really intense
and like
ab workout.
Double lift and Afro move ended up being like Rush Hour.
Both names are definitely worse than Rush Hour.
Yes. Okay.
But as far as the better bottom lane, I mean, they added a world champion to Double Lift who has been the most successful in North America.
And they added the double world champion to Afro move.
I wasn't finished!
The 2 MVPs from the spring and the summer.
It's honestly a crazy good slide right here because this comparison is going to be a battle of the top. I've been hearing such good things already about Bang initially coming over in scrims and everything. He's not really had any difficulties kind of meshing early on. So I think this one is right up in the air. I am going to slightly side with Team Liquid's Double J.
I gotta go with the reigning MVP.
Okay.
Afro was the spring split MVP. They both added the world champion. It's close. I can't wait for them to play against each other. And I hope we get a playoff series between these guys just to see more volume of games. But yeah, very slight edge to Double J.
All right, let's go number 2 then.
And the name is better right now.
Slightly.
Better Liquid signing. Corda J or Jensen?
Hey, he's back again. Honestly, I think this one because it also weakened Cloud9. This one was one of those offensive and defensive pickups basically here, where Cloud9 just got semifinals at Worlds. They were really just cruising along, improving so quickly with all these rookies they're bringing up. Jensen in the mid lane has been so stable for them for so long. I mean, he's been number 1 or number 2 mid laner for years now, and so they were able to yoink him as well as deliver a blow to C9.
Yeah, supports coming over from overseas haven't necessarily worked as well as just like mid laners who swap teams. Jensen is such a known quantity in the NA/LCS ecosystem that I'm gonna say that it is probably Jensen.
All right.
But the season's gonna tell. Yeah, we agree on that. For slide number 2. Slide number 3 here on This or That with Kobe and Jatt. Dark Horse, Clutch Gaming, or Golden Guardians? Ooh, we had our power rankings in the dive, and we've already answered this question. I want to say Clutch Gaming is a bigger dark horse, and I think you're going the other way.
Because our rankings were higher for Golden Guardians, or a different reason?
I just feel like you're going to say
you think they're going to be worse?
I mean, you put them higher than Clutch. I put Clutch higher than Golden Guardians.
Yeah. But dark horse implies like people have super low expectations, and then they surprise you, right?
I think people have even lower expectations for Clutch, so they're this really dark horse.
That's why I'm saying it's close, because Golden Guardians, yes, they're a back-to-back 10th place team.
You can't get any darker than that.
You can't get any darker than that. But they have a lot of hype signings. So people got kind of hyped for them in the offseason. I'll go with Golden Guardians because I did rank them higher than Clutch. But Clutch, any team with Huni on it, I feel like you can always kind of put into that category because he actually performed pretty poorly at the end of last year, but I think he's gonna, have a strong comeback. Yeah,
every player on Golden Guardians has something to prove. Pay attention to Froggen. I think that's super exciting. And Huni, you can't miss the playoffs if you have Huni on your team. That's my theory. Next slide.
Is it 3?
I think this is number 4 coming up. Piglet back in NALCS. Good pick or accidentally locked in, much like his Rammus lock-in long ago. So I do like the way
this is for the seasoned memers here that will remember the Piglet
I'm trying to
lock-in.
get the color balance. Did they just is this the same picture that
this
they've changed the color
This picture looks different to me, but it might be angle.
I think it's the angle.
This one looks really weird to me.
Something is off with that picture, and I'm not sure what it is.
Somebody enhance that and get that figured out for us, because it does look like an accidental lock-in of a picture.
Okay, I think they just took 2 photos and he turned.
No, but the actual face just looks different.
And the lighting is, okay.
Okay, anyways, Piglet's back in the LCS if you haven't heard.
He's on Clutch.
He's now starting for Clutch. Honestly, as far as evaluating if it's a good pick or an accidental pick, we don't know what they were picking between.
Okay.
Because they made such a weird swap where Clutch and Echo Fox like swapped rosters.
They did, and we don't necessarily know the stuff, but I think right now, also with me putting Clutch as my dark horse, I'm gonna say that it is a good pick, even if it is a risky one. Because what they've done is I think they've put together a lot of Korean players that I think it'll be an environment where Piglet can feel very comfortable. He said Lear has been a great jungler. Lear did not get along with his other teammates last year, and Huni and Piglet is like, you could make a reality show with the way those two interact, probably, but I'm excited for it.
I am not really. I feel like there's so many good AD carries that he's gonna have a hard time this year. I mean, we added Bang as well. The competition is gonna be stiff, so I'm gonna go with the accidental. Next
Clutch is
slide.
explosive. Slide number 5.
Here we go.
Or the other thing, least likely playoff team, COG or Optic or FlyQuest.
Ooh.
On the cumulative dive power rankings, all these teams were out of the playoffs. In my personal power rankings, I did have COG in the playoffs.
The answer is least likely. So this is actually the least likely one. I thought initially we were going to pick who's getting in.
It's not this. It is that, in my opinion.
It's Optic, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Even if bringing over Crown?
Bringing
World
over
champion?
Crown could be great, right? I think with FlyQuest,
Meteos?
I think the pole belt to upgrade is good. Hey! It could happen. I think any of these things could happen, but based on the upheaval in the offseason and how Optic came along late, I'm gonna go with Optic on this one.
All right, I was trying to convince you otherwise, but I'm also gonna go with Optic. I'm gonna have to. It's a rough one, you know, when you're shuffling around at the bottom teams to actually pull out the.
We could have been hopeful. They could have said most likely to make playoffs. And we could have talked about all the amazing things about these teams.
Here's an extra one. I think that 2 of these teams probably won't make playoffs.
Yeah.
Very likely to not.
All right, that's fine.
Next
I
slide.
agree. We got to pick between them. This or that. Who will have more deaths this split? Huni, who dies a lot, or Contracts, who also dies a lot?
I looked up. Contracts had the most deaths last year.
You may have thought it was Huni. It was Contracts.
It did. Huni was making a good case for himself.
Yeah.
But Contracts actually took the cake. With them being my dark horse pick, though, and moving them up the rankings this year, I think that team overall is going to be so much better. Whereas Huni is sitting with a lot of the same stuff. Echo Fox and Clutch like swapped a lot of players, so
it's a tough one because usually players on losing teams naturally die more. So if Huni was close to the most deaths, and if you think the old Echo Fox team was better than the current Clutch team, then Huni would take it if you also think Contracts is upgrading. But my boy's gonna improve his play style at Contracts. I'm going that.
Yeah?
I can't say Huni will die.
Well, my boy is going to improve his team. He actually already did, so I'm going to go with Huni.
All right, we disagree again. I like this one. You can check back on later to see who is actually right.
Both of the players have those play styles where you're like, yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. This or that with Kobe and Jatt. I believe this is the final slide. Better mid laner, Beardsen or Beardsen?
This one, I am hyped up to see Beardsen. Him coming back into the studio, he just kind of has this aura about him. He's so calm and like collected. You ask him a question, he contemplates for a bit, gives you a very succinct answer.
Have you talked to him since the beard?
Yeah, like I said hi.
Okay, and he was like, hello.
Yes, hello. Have a good day.
I mean, listen, he looks older now. He is older. Like, what am I really supposed to do with this question? He grew a beard. Congratulations.
Okay. Fair enough. This one is optimistically staring up into the sky. You know that what is he looking at type of photo that they've artistically done. This one is looking right into your soul.
Okay.
He's like, I'm winning.
There's a way to objectively answer this question. Beardsen has always either, he won a bunch of splits and then last year didn't. So you're taking the cumulative beardless Beardsen results.
So you're telling me this is
and
a rookie?
That probably averaged like second or third place or like first or second best mid laner in the LCS. Is Beardsen going to be better than that?
I'm gonna put my money on the rookie over here.
Okay. All right, fine, Beardsen. It looks cool, it's something new. It's an impossible question to answer.
I just answered it very easily myself,
Is it a
so
skill choice?
it was quite possible for me.
Is Kobeardy? Like, what would even your name
Beardy.
be?
Oh, from like
Yeah.
2015
Like
when
if
I did
you grew a beard?
MSI. I
Instead
did.
of just the permanent stubble
I
you
grew
have?
one. I grew one for MSI in 2015 when
Really?
CLG made their run. You don't remember that?
I need to see a picture of that. I
It
don't
was
think
the
it was as
fake
deep
beard.
as Beardsen. We spent way too long talking about Beardsen's beard because it was an unprecedented development, unlike everything else.
They get kind of itchy.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right, that'll do it for this or that. Welcome to the 2019 season. LCS starts this weekend. C9 plays Liquid. I can't wait.
Let's get it.